Hello traders, this is Hugh, and in this video I'm going to show you how to identify real pin bars in Forex Tester 2 when you're backtesting. So first of all, I'm going to get into what's a pin bar, why is it important, and then I'll get into why you should identify so-called real pin bars. So a pin bar, if you don't know, real quick I'll go through this. It's a Pinocchio bar, it's short for Pinocchio bar, and it was coined by, I'm not sure who it was, Martin Pring, something like that. You can get the full rundown on my blog, tradingheroes.com. I have the whole history there. But yeah, so just keep in mind that it's short for Pinocchio bar, and Pinocchio tells lies. So whenever he tells a lie, his nose gets bigger, right? So same thing here. So for a Pinocchio bar, it's gonna look like this. This is the tail or the wick here, and this is gonna be the body, and this is gonna be the whole candle. So you're looking for a bar that has a big wick or a tail compared to the body. And you also want this tail to be at the end, at either the top or the bottom of the whole candle. And if you think about it, for example, with this pin bar, bulls pushed price up. And if you were looking at it when they pushed it all the way up to here, it would look pretty daunting. It would look like, the trend is going to continue in the up direction, right? But no, the bears press it down. That was actually a lie. So the bears press it down, and then now it's a bearish signal. It's going to look like price is going to go down, and that's what happened, right? So that's a Pinocchio bar or pin bar, and that's why it's telling a lie. Next, why is it important to look for a so-called real pin bar? So this is important because in backtesting, you really have to have parameters to test with. You can't just you can, just kind of eyeball things, but to get more exact results and something that you can actually quantify and say, okay, this is what I'm going to enter on. This is my signal, and here's the exact definition. That's much, much more quantifiable than if you're just kind of eyeballing things. Oh, this is kind of right. So having a definition of a pin bar is very important. So you want to ask yourself, how big is that tail going to be compared to the entire candle? And and that could be your own definition, and you can test different settings on that. But in this test, I'm testing 66%. So the tail is going to be 66% of the total candle, and that's what I'm looking for. So for example, in order to mark these off, I have an indicator a custom indicator that I built myself. And what it does is it marks bullish pin bars with a blue dot on the bottom, and that just means that the tail is at the bottom, and bearish pin bars with a red dot on the top, and that just means that the wick is on the top. So it makes it really easy to go through and actually identify the pin bars that fit this criteria. And as you watch this chart go by, you're going to notice that, okay, there's a lot of pin bars here, or a lot of bars here that could be pin bars, and you might have traded on that aren't really pin bars by your definition. So for example, take this one here. That looks like a really solid pin bar, and that's something that you might have been tempted to take, right? But it doesn't fit the 66% criteria. Whereas, and same thing with this one, you might think that this might be a potential pin bar, but then the pin bar didn't actually happen to here. And if you were using this as the signal for some reason, then you could have taken some profit up here, right? So that's just one way that you can identify pin bars, and I'll show you the settings here. So in this indicator, there's just one setting, 66. That's a percentage of the tail compared to the whole body. Okay, so as we keep going through here, you can see all the pin bars. This makes it really easy to actually quantify what a pin bar is and how your results are affected by your definition of a pin bar. So let's say you set it at 66% at first, and then do some testing, then you get your result, and then maybe you want to test it at 75%. Okay, maybe you do that, and then maybe the results aren't as good, so you go back to 66. And there's a lot of over optimization that you could do, obviously, but this really helps set up a concrete set of rules that you can follow, and that makes it much easier to just execute and not have to think about the trade. A lot of times if you have to sit there and wonder, oh, is this a pin bar? Is it not a pin bar? Is it a pin bar? You really mess with your head, and it really drops, your self-confidence really drops. So that's why it's really important to do this. So I hope that helped. And if you want to get this indicator, it's available on my site, tradingheroes.com, along with other tutorials, videos. And if you want to join the community, we would love to have you there. We have a very private community on pipwire.co. And we also have a Facebook group for readers. If you want to join that, that's free. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.